So let's have a conversation about personal development. What exactly is personal development? Well, some people call it self-help. Some people call it transformation. But whatever you call it, personal development is the process in which you gain a deeper understanding of who you really are. And so that means you have to be willing to challenge yourself to look at your deeply held beliefs and subconscious beliefs about who you are. And when you engage in this process, it simply gives you the awareness to make better choices in life. And when you make better choices in life, you have better outcomes in life. So if you're watching this video, you are actually engaged in a personal development process right now. So you're basically learning something about yourself through this process. And so I personally am a huge proponent of personal development because I believe that in order to be successful, you must commit to constant and never-ending improvement. Because as a human being, you have an infinite capacity for learning. There's no such thing as learning too much. So if you're going to be successful, you got to keep learning new things. You got to keep challenging yourself. And so personal development is the process that which you do that. And so as an author and a life coach, my job is to provide you with some information and some coaching that engages you in personal development. So I want to begin by asking a couple of questions. First of all, how much time and energy and effort do you invest in your personal development? Are you the type of person that reads books, listen to audio tapes, audio books, go to workshops and seminars? Well, if you don't, then you're missing out on something that's extremely important in your life, which is, again, personal development. So what we want to do is we want to help you grow, because that's really what this is all about. Because if you aren't growing, you're dying. So are you ready to engage in a personal development conversation? Great. This tells me that you're ready to be transformed. So I want to begin this process by asking you to engage, or shall I say, take what I'll call a life inventory. And so let me suggest that you find a piece of paper and a pen, because I want you to write some things down. So I'm going to give you a couple of seconds to do that. So go ahead, find your piece of paper, grab your pen, become fully engaged in this process called personal development. So are you ready? You got your pen and paper? Great. So on the right side of the paper, I want you to write health. On the right side of the paper, just write health. Below health, I want you to write relationships. Okay? Below relationships, I want you to write career. And below career, I want you to write finances. And below finances, I want you to write emotional well-being. So these are the primary categories of life. And so what we're going to do is we're going to rate where you are in these different categories. So go back up to the top of the page where it says health, and to the right of the word health, I want you to rate yourself between 1 and 10, 10 being the best. I want you to rate yourself and how you see your health right now. So on a scale of 1 to 10, do you see yourself as a 5, a 7, a 10, a 1? You get to choose. Be completely honest with yourself. How do you rate your health right now? Scale of 1 to 10. Okay, so move down to relationships. On a scale of 1 to 10, how do you rate your relationships? And when I say relationships, I'm talking about intimate relationships with others. I'm talking about relationships with your coworkers. I'm talking about relationships with other human beings in general. How do you rate your relationships? But more importantly, really think about your intimate relationships, the people that you're really close to. How would you rate them? Between 1 and 10, what do you rate? Next, let's look at your career. Are you at a job that you hate? Think about your career. And on a scale of 1 to 10, write it down or to the right of the word career. On a scale of 1 to 10, rate your career. Now, skip down a little bit to finances. So, how do you rate your finances right now? What shape are you in financially on a scale of 1 to 10? 10 being you're really comfortable with your finances. Okay? And last but definitely not least, what about your emotional well-being? How you feel internally? How would you rate your emotional well-being right now on a scale of 1 to 10? So to the right of emotional well-being, you're going to write 1 through 10, whatever you choose. So the goal of personal development is to support you in getting to all 10, to get to 10 in all areas that we just mentioned. This is why we engage in personal development work, because we want to make sure that we are a 10 in all areas of our lives. So here's the thing. It doesn't matter where you are. Don't beat yourself up if you're not close to a 10. That's not the point. The point here is that you're going to commit to improving all areas of your life. And the way to do that is to engage in your personal development. So when you engage in your personal development, there's basically 4 areas that you have to focus on in order to create balance. Because ultimately, I think that's what we want. We want balance. And so here are the 4 areas that you really have to focus your attention on. Your emotional, intellectual, physical, and spiritual aspect of who you are. See, because imagine your life as a wheel, and this wheel is divided into 4 parts. Well, if all 4 parts are great, then the wheel rolls smoothly. But if one part of that wheel is not complete, then your life will roll around, and then when it gets to that part that's not complete, then you hit a bump in the road and your life doesn't go smoothly. So in order for your life to go smoothly, you got to make sure that you balance all 4 areas of your life. That is the key, and that is the purpose of personal development work. So what do you do to, shall I say, balance those 4 areas? Well, once again, if you're watching a video like this tells me that you're committed to personal development, so you're willing to learn some new things about how you can balance those 4 areas of your life. And so the challenge is to make sure that you commit to balancing those 4 areas of your life. Because whenever you balance, or as soon as you balance your emotional, intellectual, physical, and spiritual aspects of who you are, I can promise you your life will roll along smoothly. So here's the challenge. Are you truly committed to your personal development? Are you truly committed to your own personal transformation? Well, I say the answer is yes. Otherwise, you wouldn't even be watching this video. So know that you've come to the right place, because the Black Men Rock Academy is designed specifically to support you in this process. So I wanted to give you a little heads up in terms of what personal development is, in case you had questions. But know that everything on this site is designed to support and empower you through this personal development process. So I look forward to engaging with you and coaching you through to become the person I know you're capable of becoming. But you have to commit to your own personal growth and development. So ask yourself, are you ready?